Welcome to part 2 of Sagaia. Let's investigate Venus, which we all know is very similar and very different to the Earth in almost every way. Oh fuck no. Why is Venus red when it's supposed to be a brownish yellow color? Maybe it's taking place during that transition from day to night, but that takes literal days for that to happen. And I highly doubt that the cloud cover would let sunlight through to the surface anyway. And it's a copy and paste stage from Mars, they didn't even bother to recolor it yellow. But the Venus levels, this is where the game gets a bit more tricky with the enemy patterns and mini-bosses. This mini-boss here in particular is a giant fish. Yeah, no surprise there. This boss shoots out a 5-way spread. That's about it, he's pretty boring. Alright, deuces, I'm out, bitches. Sometimes the enemies will egress from the fight if you take too long, which can be helpful if you survive long enough, but you really want the points, so you might as well kill everything. Pathway D is an outdoor level, which will then transition into a cave level. The cave part is not too bad though, it's pretty spacious for a cave. And there's another useless bomb. Why do they put these bombs where there's no enemies? You may notice numbers popping out of enemies on occasion. That's the score multiplier. That appears whenever you kill the last enemy of a formation. The longer the chain or the tankier the health is for that chain, the more points you get whenever you kill that last enemy. And it's really satisfying to see like 5,000 points just pop out of nowhere whenever you destroy the last enemy of a chain. As you can tell, I'm playing really super safe here because I'm without a shield and therefore I'm naked, and one hit will kill me. Actually no, not anymore, I'm good. You just gotta know where the shields are. This cave section here is pretty short. You'll have tiny ships and missiles that will shoot at you very slowly. I'm pretty sure snails can shoot at a faster rate than these guys. So if you want an easier time on Venus, and a miscoloration of the planet, go to Pathway D, you'll like it. The boss coming up is named Drio Swan. He is pretty easy to take down, but he does have this ram attack that if you're not careful will destroy your ship in one hit, so you gotta watch out for that. Oh, it's Swam, not Swan. That's really interesting spelling right there. There's no better way to having the boss introduce itself by having it shrieking to the beginning of the music. Drio Swan, he shoots missiles at you, and that ram attack right there will kill you, like I said before. He does pause, however, so that will give you a split second time to actually dodge out of the way. There's also some sort of magnetic field that Swan is giving off that's pushing you away from it. I don't know what the point of that is. It's not like there are any walls to collide into, so why does he have a magnetic field on him? But after a while of shooting the snake, it will change from blue to purple to red, just like all other enemies in this game. Because it's a 1991 space shooter, it needs to signify damage by changing color. It's getting angrier. Oh, we could save the moon levels for next part. Let's go to Area E with Tiat. This is one of, I believe, 4 or 5 space levels. You're just blasting away at enemies and you don't have to worry about running into the scenery. It is pretty cool, but it is boring. I will admit that the space levels are a bit boring after a while. Like, you can't throw in some asteroids or something I could run into, maybe. Like, it's just dead space. Also, there's no sign of Venus. Like, where's the planet at? Aren't we supposed to be nearing Venus? Like, the planet doesn't even show up anywhere on this level at all, and that's kind of concerning. Oh well, Venus is not important after all. The temperature is high enough to melt steel. You would have a better chance on Mars without a helmet than actually step foot on Venus ever. I say that jokingly, but watch Venus actually does become habitable someday by scientists. Like, I don't even know where you can begin with such a process. I mean, you could just blow away some of the atmosphere since it's so thick and the greenhouse effect is damn near out of control. Well, it is out of control because it traps heat. And also, what are you going to do with the daytime system on Venus? A Venetian day is actually longer than a Venetian year, so technically, if you were born on Venus, you would be a year old, but you wouldn't even be a day old. That's how fucked it is. So, leave Venus alone. The Moon, the Mars, Mars, and the Jovian moon of Europa are better choices than Venus, and I can say that with confidence. Venus is well past its prime, and I guess you could say that Mars is too, but at least with Mars, there's a possibility of water underground. Can't say the same for Venus though, it's just lava and hell. And Europa, well, we all know that there's water on that moon, there's no denying it at this point. So back to the subject of this game, we got missiles, we got ships, we got those little satellite things that like to spiral out of control. There's nothing really interesting towards this level. So back to the subject of Europa. Oh yeah, we're fighting Driel Swam again. Must you shriek every time you come in? This version of the boss fight doesn't change and it won't change for the next go round. He is different in color though. Probably because I'm playing as Tiat, he's now copper red instead of blue. I don't know, he was blue last time I was playing as Proco, so maybe that's it. I like how the background is getting all trippy and stupid weird looking like Earthbound. I find a lot of Sega Genesis games to do this effect, and it's pretty neat. E-Zone is over! I hope so. I dread to think of what F-Zone would look like. And no, I'm not yanking your chain, this is still a Venus level. The color palette is like that of the Moon or Mercury, they just can't do yellow for some reason. But Zone F is really kind of treacherous, and I keep calling it different names. It's Zone. I'm gonna call it Zone, not Pathway. Zone F is kind of treacherous because it's a corridor level, lovely, and you got these electric barriers that block your way, so you gotta destroy those barriers in order to proceed. I will say that even though I like this version of the soundtrack, I kind of dislike this song in general. It's just kind of meandering and plotting, and it also sounds weird. The soundtrack in the arcade version just sucks completely. Like, some of the instruments are way off, the bass is not even there, it's just, what is that soundtrack? Listen to Planet Blue on the Genesis version, then listen to Planet Blue on the arcade version. The Genesis version is better, there's really no comparison at all. And I would get into the naming conventions of some of these songs because, trust me, the names of these music tracks are really stupid. But I'll get into that next part. But this playthrough is going to be very broad in that it's going to show you every zone and every ending. And not just Sun, Mercury, Venus, Moon, Earth. There is no Earth. Since when was there a cellar Earth, am I right? And the Venus levels, they're not too bad. The game does get harder, but not too difficult. The Moon is when the game gets harder, now that I think about it. I'm getting strange chemical plant sound vibes from this stage. It's the walls. It's definitely the walls. Either that or I'm going crazy. No, it's the walls. Now, there are different types of turrets that will just shoot randomly in 5 directions. They're not that bad to take down, honestly. They're really inaccurate. Yeah, see that? They just shoot wherever the hell they want. So here's part 3 of the Driel Swam saga, as I like to call it. I'm gonna take him out super quickly this time because he's easy to take out, one thing. And another thing is I'm gonna fast forward so you don't have to sit through the tedium of me fighting him a 3rd time. Prepare to fast forward. No, go past this part. In fact, never play this again. That was Venus and Drio Swamp, and we're moving on to the moon in the next part of Sagaia. I'll see you then. Also, this song is very clappy. Who's clapping back there? I wanna know, damn it, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.